Okay, we're back. Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name's OIivia. I'm back for round 2. I was somewhat overwhelmed. No, I wouldn't say overwhelmed. I was somewhat surprised by the kind of results and feedback I got from my previous video. It's talking about something deeply personal to me and then throwing it online and then expecting the world to hate me. But they didn't, for now. What I want to kind of go into more today is about more about bedwetting, because to me, that's kind of what brought me here. Like I said in my previous video, I've suffered with overactive bladder and bedwetting my entire life. That's never really changed. I wouldn't be so... I don't think in general, I don't think I would have ever gone to the doctor to talk about overactive bladder. No. Because that never was a concern of mine. I never, like I think I said in my previous video, I didn't really notice how overactive my bladder was until I started seeing a pelvic floor muscle therapist, and also when I started talking to my urologist. The doctor wouldn't have been my main priority when I was younger. When I was 19, if I wasn't wetting the bed every night, that would have I never would have crossed my mind to go see a doctor. What I'm trying to say is, if I only had an overactive bladder, which I didn't really know at the time, I would have never went to the doctor. I would have just kind of continued living life and wearing pads. Like, that's just something we're kind of like, it's not really drilled into us, but it's kind of something that a lot of women and men, I'm not going to like be sexist or anything, a lot of people go through every day, is having an overactive bladder of some degree. Point is that it's been kind of drilled into us for a little bit to kind of get used to the fact that we're probably going to leak. At one point, I'll go into this in a different video, but at one point I was told I have brain seizures. I won't completely rule that out because there was no real definite proof to say I did or didn't. I had a couple sleep studies in order to learn more. I was on an epileptic medication for a little bit, and then it started giving me a rash. But anyway, it wasn't helping my symptoms any, so we kind of just sort of put the seizure side on the back burner for now, because that was only a recent sort of discovery, if you will. I did think at one point I was going to outgrow this. The sleeping and peeing, wetting the bed thing. Probably, that's why I waited so long. I don't really know when the best age to stop wetting the bed is. But the thing is, I think the hardest thing to understand is it's just something to take seriously, I think. And that's probably something I didn't do for a long time. I didn't really take it seriously. It is still your health. You're still putting your health, I guess, at risk. There could be something seriously wrong. You shouldn't be too embarrassed to ask for help. I know it's easier said than done, but it's challenging to walk up to your doctor and say that you've been wetting the bed 15, 16, 18, 19 plus years, and then going to different doctor's appointments and having to tell your story all over again. And them ask you, well, have you tried this? And have you tried this? And, you know, other people in your life may ask you the same questions if you do eventually open up to them. And they will just sort of give you their suggestions. And it's just nothing you can control. I mean, if you could, I think you would have by now. And that's not something that always annoyed me personally, because I thought if I was able to control it, I wouldn't. That's the thing, I wouldn't want to. That might make zero sense. But that was the problem. It was like, people would be like, well, you should do this and this and this. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do anything. My bladder should work fine. I should be able to sleep through the night without waking up. I should be able to go to friends' houses and not have to worry about wetting the bed or wearing a pad or wearing a diaper. I shouldn't have to worry about drinking too much before bed, like even drinking coffee or water, tea, alcohol. I shouldn't have to worry about that. That's not fair. Everyone else gets to go through life and eat whatever they want before bed, and they don't wet the bed. I shouldn't have to control it. That was my big issue. And that's not saying I wouldn't help myself, but it's good because I am helping myself by going to the doctor and seeing different specialists and asking all the right kind of questions. I shouldn't have to think first about my bladder and then I think second about my life. Like, I don't want to put my bladder first before everything else I do, including car trips. And like, I don't overdrink. I don't drink more than 2 liters of any kind of liquid a day, on a regular day at least. And that's not a lot. That's probably average. It's about 8 cups of water, or 8 glasses of water. That's normal. And I'm not over drinking. A lot of people and urologists will say, yeah, my patients, they always overdrink or drink too much water and they drink too much fluids and they don't think about the caffeine. I'm like, I did not drink caffeine when I was 8 or 10 or 15. Like, I didn't start drinking caffeine until I was probably 18 or 19, really. And that's not fair to call someone, like, I've been through so many different stages in my life. I've been different weights for even, like, I'm not at my heaviest at the moment, but I've also been a lot thinner before too. I was gonna say skinnier. Really, it's not about being skinny, it's about being healthy. And I've been in different stress scenarios, and I have depression, and I've had different medications and everything. Like, I haven't had those things being constant throughout my entire life. So why does my bladder seem to remain constant? That is just what boggles my mind, and I think everyone else's mind. So my main point here is I didn't think I would have to go through this for my entire life. I don't want to have to take drugs for my entire life to stop my bedwetting. If I had to and they worked, I would. And that's unfortunate. But you will have to do what you have to do in order to, like, you want to put your symptoms aside and focus on your life. And I would do anything to do that. And I think I've pretty much done everything I can. I think there's a few things I'll have to rehash. I did sort of touch on surgery, which I've already had, but I'll be going back for a second surgery. And that kind of thing won't ever kind of be out of my life. As long as I'm living, I probably will be having surgeries on this, which is something it took me a while to accept. Not for any particular reason, just because I've just never been someone who's like super selfish. It's like, how does this happen to me? Kind of like that kind of thought. The one thought I thought when I was waking up from surgery on November 8th was like, I thought I was still supposed to be under. They were waking me up and I was just like, ah! And like, I didn't think I was supposed to be waking up. I thought I was still like supposed to be asleep and I was in the surgery room. And then my second thought was, this is wrong. I don't know what I did, but something seems wrong because I know I'm going to have to go through this again in any case. Because 1, you got to replace the battery every 7 to 10 years. 2, if it's not working or you fall, you lose weight or something breaks, you got to get surgery again. 3, it may fail, like it seems to be not connecting properly to the right nerves, and surgery. Like, I'm never going to be avoiding it. So I think the more, because right now I'm traveling 4 hours on the road to Toronto from Ottawa, the Ottawa area at least, to go see my doctor. I don't mind it so much anymore. It's not about the travel and it's not about the expenses at the moment. It's about what can I do to make this streamlined and get this done as soon as I can. And the Ottawa area where I live doesn't have the funds to afford the surgery. It's very, very expensive, and the time and the equipment and the device is even really expensive. What I was told from one of my urologists in Ottawa was that it is about $35,000 just for the small little like implant device that's called like the InterStim 2. It's a really expensive thing, and I'm super thankful and fortunate that I live in a country like Canada and free healthcare, and I don't take that for granted. I think that is awesome. I'm so thankful. That makes everything so much easier for me, and I'm so, again, super thankful. I don't take it for granted. I am blessed that that's something I can do for myself and go see the doctor whenever I need to. So if you can afford it, or you live in Canada like me, or the Commonwealth, and you have the ability to go see a doctor about this, do it. It's worth it. I'm not saying my experience is just different. Anyone who's in your life will want to see you to be happy and healthy, including me. You deserve to feel better about yourself. You deserve to get better. I really want to get there someday. I feel like I'm just kind of telling you, and I don't really believe it myself, but it's a process. It's not perfection. And I really am excited to finally see these symptoms go away, which I have seen because I had to do tests in order to get the surgery. There was a trial period, so I was able to see my symptoms go away mostly. And I wasn't wetting the bed, and it was the best 5 days of my life so far. So yeah, but yeah, that's about it. I kind of just rambled. I feel like what I really wanted to get at today was the fact that I wouldn't be talking about this if I didn't wet the bed. And I don't think I really touched on that much in the last video. Again, I'm really glad that the other video went really well. I'm glad I'm able to share my experience with everyone. And I'm glad I'm helping people through some stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, please. I've been really busy this week, so I'm going to try and film as much as I can, edit videos as much as I can, which probably won't be every day, but still. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye!